Hello everyone! Okay, I know I haven't been on this channel in months. What's up with that? I don't know. I've just been really busy the last couple of months. The first few months of 2014 have been really great, and I feel a lot more motivated and inspired now to share some of that with you guys. So, because I haven't made a video in a little while, I feel like I'm a little bit rusty, so please bear with me. And I think the first video I'm going to do for 2014 is actually going to be a tag video. I thought, I've been watching a lot of TMI sort of top 10 things about me, sort of question and answer videos, and I thought, you know what, I might do one myself. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the TMI tag today. I've got the questions on my phone here in front of me, so let's get started. Okay, question number 1. What are you wearing? Okay, simple enough. I'm wearing a Joy Division t-shirt and this kind of metallic skirt thing. The t-shirt I just got from Camden Market, and the skirt I got from Monkey, I think? Yeah, I got it from Monkey. Question number 2, ever been in love? Yes, I have once, a long time ago. Number 3, ever had a terrible breakup? I'm gonna say no. I don't think I really have. I've had sort of romantic situations go quite sour, but they were never really official breakups. Number 4, how tall are you? I'm 5'5", which is like 165 centimeters. I think it's pretty like average height. How much do you weigh? I'm not gonna answer that. I don't think I've watched a video where anybody's actually answered this. It's kind of a bit of an inappropriate question. Number 6, any tattoos? I have one here. It's not very old actually. It's like a month or 2 old. It says La paix, la joie, l'amour in French. It's a line from a song that we used to sing at school. And it just kind of always stuck with me, and I've thought about it for a really long time. I'm 22, so I thought about it for a long time. I didn't like rush into getting tattoos. I don't think that's a good idea. I know people have done that and regretted it. I think if you want to get a tattoo, go for it, but just think about it for a little bit first. Any piercings? I do have a few in my ears. I've got my earlobes are pierced twice. I've got my tragus pierced on this side. And yeah, lobes on that side as well. I used to have my belly button pierced. I also used to have a couple of other piercings in my ears that I don't really, they've closed up. I used to have my nose pierced on this side. I got it pierced about 3 times because the ring, the little stud kept falling out, and it would sort of close up, and yeah. So I've had my nose done a few times as well. OTP. I totally only just realised what this is. For ages I was like, what does OTP mean? In New Zealand, if someone's like OTP, you'd be like on the piss. That's not what it means in the YouTube world. It means one true pairing. And I'm gonna just because I finished reading the series, I'm gonna say Peter and Katniss from the Hunger Games. Favourite show? I have so many. I'm gonna say top 3 right now. The Fall, which I just finished watching the first series. American Horror Story. I've only seen Coven, but I loved it. I think I'm gonna watch Asylum next. And a third one would probably be a toss-up between like Sherlock and Dexter. Dexter's finished, which makes me kind of sad. And Sherlock is finished for this season, but I'm told there's gonna be another season, so that, woohoo! Number 10, favourite bands. Again, like it's one of those things that changes quite a lot. What I'm listening to at the moment, which isn't necessarily just bands, I'm listening to a lot of the Arctic Monkeys. I think I've had them stuck in my head since the Brits. Listening to Coldplay, one of my favourite like of all time bands. Deer Hunter. I've been listening to, what else have I been listening to? Lord, like everyone else in the world. I love Lord. The new Tiny Temper album, that's really cool. Oh, there's loads. And there's loads and I can't remember them all right now, but that kind of gives you a bit of an idea of the kind of music that I like. Okay, next question. Something you miss? I kind of miss home a little bit. I'm from New Zealand, but I'm living in the UK at the moment. I live in London. I do kind of miss home. I miss my family, but not in like, I don't get homesick. But I suppose that is one thing that I miss. Favourite song? Again, this is kind of like the music one, it changes all the time. Favourite song of all time is probably Clocks by Coldplay. Favourite song right now is Do You Wanna Know by the Arctic Monkeys. How old are you? I'm 22. Number 14, zodiac sign. I'm an Aries. Number 15, quality you look for in a partner. This might sound really like duh, but just someone who's nice. Like, I don't know, I feel like there are a lot of people out there who are just not that nice. I don't know. Someone who's nice, someone who's caring, someone who's thoughtful, someone who can make me laugh, definitely. Someone with a bit of like common courtesy. I don't know, like someone who has manners and who is respectful. I don't know, maybe I'm quite old-fashioned perhaps. Favourite quote. It's kind of, I feel like I have so many answers for this. Oscar Wilde is one of my favourite writers, so like basically anything that he ever said ever. But one that I really like, it's from a poem by Robert Frost, and the line that's kind of always stuck with me is, "Two roads diverged in a wood and I took the one less travelled by," and I'm thinking about getting it tattooed somewhere. Another really cool one that, I don't know if this is like an official quote or like, I don't know where it came from, but I know Rihanna has it tattooed on her somewhere, and it's "Never a regret, always a lesson," which I think is kind of like, that's a good thing to keep in mind. Like, I think that's a good. Favourite actor? Again, it changes all the time. Someone that I really love at the moment is Benedict Cumberbatch. Who else? Jennifer Lawrence. I think I have a mad girl crush on J-Law. I wish we were best friends. Okay, question number 18, favourite colour. Favourite colours to wear would be black and white, if that counts. I've also noticed I have quite a lot of orange, strangely, randomly enough, in my wardrobe. So I guess I quite like orange. I think aesthetically though, sort of looking at either like in a non-fashion kind of way, would probably be purple, like various different shades of purple, like lilacs and lavenders, probably my favourite kind of colour group. Loud or soft music? I'd say loud actually, yeah. Even if I'm listening to quite sort of soft music, I listen to it quite loudly. That makes sense. Where do you go when you're sad? I think when I'm feeling a bit down, the best thing for me is to be moving. So like here I might just go out for a walk, or I might go somewhere. Back home, I don't have a car here, but back home I used to just sort of get in my car and drive somewhere, drive around for sort of 10 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour, however long it takes for you to sort of, I don't know, kind of calm down and feel a bit better about things. That's something that works for me anyway. How long does it take you to shower? I'd say on average like 10 minutes on like the day-to-day kind of general showering. I am one of those people that kind of likes to hang out in the shower. I don't know why. I find it kind of therapeutic. I don't know, it's good thinking space. So sometimes longer. How long does it take you to get ready in the morning? Not that long, because I don't really have that much time. In terms of like the hair and the makeup and the getting dressed, that probably takes me like 15-20 minutes maybe. I'd say 15. Yeah. We'll go with 15. Number 23, have you ever been in a physical fight? No, I haven't. Number 24, turn-ons. Kind of like what I was saying before about qualities I look for in a partner, I guess. Someone who's attentive and kind and respectful. Number 25, turn off. I suppose the complete opposite of what turns me on. Someone who's rude, someone who's arrogant, but like really specific things like, this is gonna sound kind of weird, if someone spits, like that's the most disgusting thing ever. Like if I'm with a guy or even like a girl, like if I'm just with somebody and they spit, I automatically, like on the side of the road, I'm like, I can't be associated with you anymore. That's disgusting. Someone who scuffs their feet. That's kind of another weird one that I'm like, just like lift your feet up. What are you doing? This is, I don't know what it is, but that's a turn off. And people who litter as well. And I feel like it's maybe the whole theme is just a general like lack of respect for your surroundings, perhaps people around you, or I don't know. Littering, spitting, scuffing your feet. Don't do it. It's nasty. Number 26, the reason I joined YouTube. I just had been watching so many YouTubers, and beyond the point of just like looking up the odd tutorial for something, I got into the YouTube community and I was like, you know what, why, I could do this. I feel like I could give it a go anyway. So I enjoyed doing it so much, so I was like, I don't know. 27 fears. Okay, I'm like in terms of like the ones you could easily write down on a piece of paper, I'm like deathly afraid of cockroaches. I had a really traumatic experience as a child, but that is a story for another day. I'm also really afraid of being trapped underwater. I'm afraid, I'm a bit claustrophobic, I'm afraid of being trapped, full stop, but this one time I went kayaking and I didn't really realise the extent of my fear, and the first thing they made us do was do that thing where you kind of roll, and so you're stuck in the kayak with like one of those little skirts, and you have to do a roll and you have to wait for someone to come and rescue you so that you know what it's like, which is totally like a normal thing for your instructor to want you to do, but I freaked out. I got so disorientated, there was water going in my nose, and I just was like, I can't do this. But I was on this like 4-day kayaking retreat, and yeah, so that was probably the scariest 4 days of my life. 28, last thing that made you cry. This is kind of interesting because I'm a crier. Like I'm unashamedly, I cry at stuff. I cried when, I cry all the time in movies and TV commercials. No, I'm just kidding. But I can't think of the exact last thing that made me cry. That's I have a bad memory, but it was probably a movie or a TV show or something like that. Actually, no, I don't know. Last time you said you love someone, probably when I talked to my mum and dad earlier on this week. Meaning behind your YouTube name. It's just my name, so there's no meaning really. Last book you read. I'm currently reading the Divergent series, so I suppose technically the last book I read was the first Divergent book. I'm now reading the second one. But before that, I read the Hunger Games trilogy, and I demoed that. I read it in like the time period between sort of Christmas and New Year. I read all 3 books in 3 days. I'm not joking. They're really easy to read and like gripping enough that makes you want to read it, but it's not too much of like a head, doesn't mess with your head too much. If you're looking for something to read, I would recommend either of those trilogies, the Divergent series or the Hunger Games series. Kind of similar in a lot of ways, but different enough to keep it interesting. The last show you watched, I was literally watching The Simpsons before this, so that. Last person you talked to, my housemate before she left for, her day living. The relationship between you and the last person you texted. The last person I texted is my friend Melissa. We're trying to organise a trip to Oxford. Number 36, favourite food. Okay, too hard. There are so many. I'm going to go pizza, lasagna, any kind of pasta, and lollies, or sweeties, as you call them in the UK. Place you want to visit. Oh, that's really hard. Because there are so many, like one of the main reasons why I moved to London was so that I could be based somewhere where I could travel, like maybe Europe aside, because that's kind of within, that's going to happen. I'd love to go to Tokyo, and I'd love to go to the States, kind of a bit boring. I'd love to go to South America as well. I'd love to go to Peru. There's so many places, I want to go everywhere. I'm definitely like a travel person, I love travelling. Last place you were. Well, this is like this is the stupidest question in this tag because everyone's like, I don't know. But I mean, I'm in my house, and last place I was at I suppose before my house was last night I went to a pub called the Lord Nelson. That was fun. It was a fun night. Do you have a crush? Always. I have real life people crushes, but I'm not going to tell you about those because A, they could be watching, probably not, and B, you wouldn't have any clue who they are. People like famous people crushes, I definitely have a girl crush on J-Law. Last time you kissed someone? Too long ago. Like a really long time ago. Last time you were insulted? To my face, like high school, I suppose, which was like 6 years ago. Favourite flavour of sweet? I think the red ones. Red sweets are always the best. They're like some kind of berry flavour and they're always delicious. What instruments do you play? This is such like an optimistic question, like instruments plural. I play no instruments. I can play a couple of songs on a couple of various different instruments, but I definitely can't claim that I can play them. Favourite piece of jewellery? Probably this here. It's a Karen Walker bracelet. Hopefully you guys can see that. Karen Walker is a New Zealand designer who makes gorgeous clothing and also gorgeous jewellery. This I received from a few of my friends for my 21st birthday. Last sport you played? Again, very optimistic. Probably netball in high school. I don't really remember. Last song you sung? I sing all the time. I'm not a singer, but like I'm one of those people that just kind of like hums and sings along all the time. I think yeah, the last song I probably sung like properly, tried like in my bedroom or shower, was probably La Vie en Rose. It would have been that, or like a One Direction song. Don't hate. Number 47, favourite chat up line? Seriously? Have you ever used it? No. Last time you hung out with anyone? Yeah, so that would have been last night. I was hanging out with some friends at the pub. That was nice. And number 50, who should answer these questions next? I'm not going to tag anybody specifically. If you're watching this and you're thinking, maybe I'll start a YouTube channel, then I think you should answer it. I think, actually no, one person I'm going to tag is my friend Mandy, who just got to London yesterday. I'm very excited, I'm going to see her later. She has a blog, it's an amazing, amazing travel blog, and she also does like music reviews and stuff like that. I'm going to leave it in the down bar below, so you guys should check that out, and I'm kind of going to try and convince her to start a YouTube channel as well, because it's lots of fun, and who doesn't love doing this kind of thing? Talking to a camera on a Saturday morning, it's what we all like to do, right? Thank you so much for watching, guys. I know this was probably like the longest video ever of life. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate all your guys' support. I know that most of my viewers are people from back home, friends and family and that sort of thing, and I really appreciate everything, all the kind words and words of support that you guys tell me. It's nice. So thanks again so much for watching, guys, and I will try my utmost to be back here again this time next week for another video. Hopefully something less long and more interesting. Alright, thanks so much, guys. See you next time. Bye!